Hello, welcome to Cinema Savvy, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Chris Garner, joined once again with Naomi to continue our reviews on all of the movies that have been nominated for an Academy Award. Within reason, there are going to be some that slip through the cracks, but this is one that I definitely wanted to talk about and was very interested in watching. As you can see from the title, this is our review on Can You Ever Forgive Me, which is the 2018 biographical film directed by Marielle Heller, starring Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant. This has been nominated for 3 Academy Awards this year. It's been nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Actress for Melissa McCarthy, and Best Supporting Actor for Richard E. Grant, which is really, really nice. He's never been nominated for an Academy Award before. This is his first ever time, and also linked to this movie when he was nominated for a BAFTA. That was his first ever BAFTA he was nominated for. Really hope he wins it, but I don't think he's going to this year, but it's nice to see that he's got a nomination anyway. Before we get into our review, I do want to open it up again, the competition that we've got going. Sunday night, early hours of Monday morning, we'll have times on our Facebook and Twitter, so check out our links to those in the description down below. We are doing a live watch-along of the 91st Academy Awards. We do it every year. It's always fun to do, which is why I'm desperately trying to get all these movies watched in the lead up to that. But we are offering it open to people as well. We want you to send in your first and second choice predictions for each of the categories of the Academy Awards. And we're going to be keeping tally across the night, and whoever gets the most right will have a chance to feature in one of our future episodes, one of our future live streams. You can get that sent in to us at our email at cinemasavvypodcast@gmail.com. That's cinemasavvypodcast@gmail.com, or just send it into our Facebook. And again, the link to that is in the description down below. With all of that said, now we can get into our review. And I mean, I don't actually know if you've seen the trailer for this film.
I have seen the trailer, yeah. Okay. I remember the first time I saw it, I didn't see the trailer first. I saw a poster of it. And I think it was like as I was going, I can't remember if it was going back home or one of my trips to Oxford, but I saw it and it was Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant, and I was like, what the fuck is this movie? That was like my initial first thought, because everything I know about Melissa McCarthy is
terrible,
yeah,
loathsome, abysmal, abhorrent,
shit level comedy.
Yeah.
And everything I know about Richard E. Grant is fantastic. So having them on the same playing field, I felt confused. I felt like, can Melissa McCarthy do serious? Or is this going to be like just a goofy romp all the time? Like,
Yeah. I felt exactly the same way when I heard that, especially that she was nominated for an Oscar for it. I did kind of go like, whoa, okay, maybe there's something, to this role. I don't want to badmouth Melissa McCarthy too much. She's not my style of comedy. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I'll do the bad mouthing for you.
Films that she's made, I mean, 2016's Ghostbusters needs no introduction. That was, and not just her, that was the writing and everyone. But they're not my style of comedy. Melissa McCarthy isn't my style of comedy. Like Bridesmaids, I wasn't a fan of. Spy, stuff like that. It just doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't speak to me. And it seems like a lot of her jokes are one note. I think a lot of her jokes are kind of leveled at her weight, that she's a larger lady. And I
think that is a big problem, because the most successful I'd seen her in is doing SNL, especially when she was whoever was the old like spokesperson, not Sarah Huckabee Sanders, because she was funny as that guy. But I think it's because it's that kind of sketch comedy environment where everything is written for you, which I think is why it succeeded well, because she acted it well, as opposed to, oh, this is a character that I have to take on myself. What the fuck do I do with it?
Yeah. And I think, I mean, in other roles, like she's, when they get into that improvisational stuff, it can get a little stale. It's like, just cut the camera now. Essentially, bottom line, I haven't been a fan of her films, of her comedy or anything like that. It doesn't speak to me. It's not my style of comedy. Although I know that she absolutely has fans. She has a lot of fans. But when she was nominated for this, it did kind of wake me up and go, well, okay, well, when I do eventually get to see this movie, I'm going to be looking out for this, because maybe she's, this is a biographical drama film. It does have its humorous moments. It is very witty in other parts. But if we're going to get into the performances, now, actually, I'll briefly explain what the movie's about in case people don't, like you said, like, what the fuck is this movie about? A movie with Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant in there. So it's based on the confession. This is according to Wikipedia, by the way. This is based on the confessional memoir of the same name, Can You Ever Forgive Me, written by Lee Israel, played by Melissa McCarthy. And the story follows her attempts to revitalize her failing writing career by forging letters from deceased authors and playwrights. And Richard E. Grant's kind of like her confidant, her friend, her sort of like thespian artistic friend who she has, because Melissa McCarthy in this plays a character that's very inherently lonely, very bitter, very cynical to the world, has pushed a lot of people away, has pushed relationships away, and she is this kind of like lonely cat lady. The love of her life is essentially her pet cat. And we see her at the beginning of the film, and she's, you know, her agents aren't giving her the time of day. They're giving millions of dollars to writers she sees beneath her, and her, you know, a lot of people do congratulate her on her writings, but it's just not speaking to the mass market appeal, which is probably very true of many up and coming writers to this day. I think that's always going to be something that's there. And she plays it well, and she does have some very emotional, dramatic parts. And when I was watching it, although I was very aware it was Melissa McCarthy, that didn't detract from the role to me. I was seeing the character of Lee Israel. I was seeing a performance, whereas everything else, it's just been the personality that is Melissa McCarthy. And, you know, she did bring a lot of that dark wit and, you know, scathing witticisms and everything like that into the role, which is, I mean, I don't know much about Lee Israel. In fact, I didn't know anything about this story when I first knew about this movie and that it was based on a true story. It is such a ridiculous story. It is very an intriguing story, but when you watch it all play out, it's very humorous, but also we see Lee Israel develop as a character, and you know, when she admits her wrongs in some ways. But no, it was a brilliant performance. And also talking about the other performance offset, as you said, Richard E. Grant is just an absolute national treasure. I love Richard E. Grant. Although I fear he is, and this is also the case for this movie, I fear he may have been typecast as very well-spoken homosexual thespian character.
So they couldn't get Rupert Everett, so they got him instead.
Yeah, like Richard E. Grant, he's playing the same character he did in With Nail and I. He's playing kind of the same character he did when he was in that a few episodes of Game of Thrones. He is very similar in a lot of his roles, but I just love Richard E. Grant. Like, he's so much fun.
I think it's impossible not to love him.
Yeah. And without a doubt, like, the best stuff in this film are the back and forth banter between him and Melissa McCarthy. It's an absolute delight to watch. The writing as well for them is fantastic. The screenplay written by Nicole Holofcener and Jeff Whitty. I haven't seen anything those writers have done before, but the adapted screenplay for this film was fantastic, which is, again, what it's been nominated for, Best Adapted Screenplay. There's really not much else to say about this movie inherently. I can hear myself echoing, by the way. I've just
do you want me to get
hopefully that hasn't been distracting for anyone at home. I've only just noticed it.
I'll quickly get them 1 second.
But yeah, continuing, there isn't really a whole lot to say about this movie. And you know, it's the performances are the front and center of this movie. It's getting a lot of praise though. Percentage wise, it's sitting on 98% on Rotten Tomatoes with 263 reviews, an average score of 8.2. I enjoyed it. It was a very fun movie. Would I go out of my way to watch it again? Probably not, but that's kind of the same for most of these Oscar movies. They're sort of like a one and done for me. But inherently, what I will take away from this movie is just the performance that Melissa McCarthy bought, and she did shock me. And now that I've seen this, I can go, okay, she can do, you know, serious dramatic stuff, but I would like to see more of that side of her if she does get into that. This is, to my mind, the first film that she's been nominated for an Academy Award for. I might be wrong about that.
I would think so, yeah. I think mostly with her previous films, they've kind of been more Razzie.
Yeah. And sorry, we just had a comment by SeaWorld Man saying, completely unrelated to this film, but Stan and Ollie was emotionally powerful, saw it last night. Yeah, man, I love that film, and I can't understand why it's been snubbed at the Oscars this year. That's been very, very strange to me in terms of Oscar snubs.
Considering that it's like Hollywood true story,
Yeah.
it should be perfect.
Yeah. Especially for like hair and makeup as well. Like Jesus, like hasn't even been nominated for that. But not a whole lot to say about this movie, in all honesty. There's some great character development there. I'm not going to spoil it, but the final final conversation between Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant is very moving. It's very powerful, but it's still funny. And I just love the characters. Seeing those two on screen together and their chemistry together was just beautiful to watch. And I would love to see Richard E. Grant win it. I really would, considering it's his first Oscar that he's been nominated for. It's a very, very competitive category, though, and I don't think he's going to take it. But the fact that he's been nominated anyway and that he's going to be there on the night of the Oscars, that just makes me happy.
Who else has been nominated for Best Supporting Actor?
I will quickly check. Let's have a look. Best Supporting Actor. So we've got Mahershala Ali for Green Book, who most likely will probably win it, let's be honest. We've got Adam Driver from BlacKkKlansman. Again, fantastic. He could take it. Sam Elliott from A Star Is Born. Richard E. Grant from this movie, Can You Ever Forgive Me? And Sam Rockwell from Vice. All of them were fantastic. Like, I haven't seen Green Book yet, but I mean, Mahershala Ali is an actor that needs no introduction at this point. I've loved everything the guy's done so far. And seeing the trailers for Green Book, it almost looks like it's a lead performance, in all honesty.
Yeah, like compared to Viggo Mortensen. It feels like Viggo is the supporting role.
Mm-hmm. But
maybe they're just banking on the Aragorn.
Yes.
Son of Arthur.
No, I certainly am. Yeah, so I mean, this is probably going to be one of the shortest reviews we've done. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I like learning about these really sort of out of the way, unique, real life stories. And you know, it's put to the screen very well, very deftly. It's not a movie that's going to like wow visually or everything like that. It's just some nice interplay between two very good actors given very good material. And there's not a whole lot more I can say about it. It'll be interesting to see how it does on the night.
Yeah, especially since like the whole world will basically be watching to the fact that not only is it Melissa McCarthy known for these really crap comedy films being nominated for an Oscar for a serious film, and also Richard E. Grant also nominated after being snubbed for so long. I don't think they'll win it, if I'm completely honest, but I think the fact that they have got this nomination does show about their skills in this film, and it does show that they have a bright future for the both of them because of being seen by the Academy and also having this kind of recognition, especially with this kind of serious toned film.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and I would like to see her do more films like this. Because Lord knows I don't want to see her do another Ghostbusters movie. Although they're doing a Ghostbusters 3 now, like the proper official
the
Ghostbusters
actual
3.
Ghostbusters 3, even though one of them is dead.
Yeah. I didn't see the teaser trailer. I'm so backdated with trailers at the moment because I've been putting all my efforts into getting these films watched for the Academy Awards at the weekend. But
man, how much money are you spending to just like get all of these movies watched?
I have a cinema card which allows me to go.
Well, lucky you then.
For the low price of £17.99, I can go to the cinema as many times as I goddamn well please. And boy, God knows, am I doing that exact thing? I still haven't seen Alita Battle Angel yet. I really want to go and see Alita Battle Angel. It's been getting some good reviews.
Here in Cardiff, Cineworld, students pay only £2.90 for your tickets.
Damn.
It's like the cheapest you can get cinema tickets anywhere, I swear.
Sorry, I'm just replying very quickly to a comment. But yeah, no, that will do it for the review. I think there is nothing more that I can say. If you're curious about it, definitely check it out. If you'll be checking this film out, you're checking it out for the performances, or maybe you are already fond of the actors in there. Or maybe you just want to see Melissa McCarthy do something different.
I mean, nice film. I remember like when I was coming back from the US, somebody next to me was watching a Melissa McCarthy film, and I was thinking, well. So maybe seeing her in this kind of like more serious take is actually better career move for her.
I definitely think it's a career move. And I mean, if they ever did a Ghostbusters 2016 sequel, can you imagine that in the trailer and starring Academy Award nominated Melissa McCarthy?
Whoa!
But yeah, no, it was an easy sip. It was the runtime of the movie was fine. I think it was like an hour and 40, something like that. If you're curious, go and check it out. It's good. So yeah, that'll do it for my review on Can You Ever Forgive Me? Be sure to comment, subscribe, let us know what you thought of this movie if you've seen it already. Do you think Melissa McCarthy was worthy of winning been nominated for Academy Awards?
Not yet.
Again, jumping the gun, maybe, who knows on the night. But anything related to this movie or indeed any of the Academy Award movies from this year, please do drop us a comment.
I mean,
sorry. No, go on. No.
I always find it interesting, like, because I always watch the BAFTAs every year. So they're kind of like a prediction to what will be nominated sometimes or what won't be. So it will be interesting to see how much lines up and how much doesn't. Like, will Roma win Best Picture at the Oscars? Who knows? Will Bohemian Rhapsody actually get Best Actor? Please.
Anything could happen on the night. Like we saw that happen with La La Land. We saw that happen.
I saw that live with La La Land on this channel. This is why you need to watch their Oscar live stream, guys,
yes.
So you can get classic moments like with the 2017 Oscars, where you basically get to see George's reaction.
George's reaction to that was absolutely priceless. We might even
everyone reacting to it was like what was the film in that one again? Oh fuck.
It was La La Land was announced as winning, and then Moonlight took it.
Moonlight, yes. It was like Moonlight. You guys won Best Picture. What? Like, it was just like this collective gasp in. This is why you need to watch these guys.
And then I don't know if it was wasn't the previous year, it may have been the year before that, whenever Spotlight won it. That just happened so quick. Like they just announced like, oh yeah, we're gonna nominate Best Picture now, blah 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 blah. These are the nominations. Oh yeah, and the winner is Spotlight. And then we were like in mid conversation and we looked up and we saw people going to accept the award and we were like, what won? What won? Was it Revenant? Wait, no, that's not the cast and crew of Revenant. It was Spotlight. So literally anything could happen on the night, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this played out. We've already done our predictions video. We like to make it very competitive every year. I have lost every single year. I'm not good at predicting the Oscars, but I've got a good feeling about my prediction list this time. I haven't gone with my heart this time, which always gets in the way. I always go with the thing that I personally want to win rather than what will win. So basically, I've gone with that this time.
What you need to do is just copy off the BAFTA sheet, because you'll probably get 90% correct, if I'm really honest.
Yeah, so yeah, and I'm going to announce it again and then round off very quickly because, I mean, we've done with our review. But yes, we open it up to you guys. Please get some of your predictions in if you can. We've already had one person send in some predictions, but we want to get in as many as possible. If you're still watching this video, send it into cinemasavvypodcast at gmail.com, or you can send it into our Facebook. Just give us your first and second choice of who you think is going to win each category of the Academy Awards, and we'll add it up throughout the night. We've got a point system, which we'll explain on the night of the live stream, and you might get a chance to be on a future episode with us, which is very exciting. So please get those in.
If you want my spot, go ahead.
But yeah, no, thank you to everyone in the comment section. JXE, SeaWorld Man, you guys are awesome. And that will do it for our video for right now. We will probably be back tomorrow with, if we can time it right. I mean, I know that I don't want to like take up Naomi's entire day. I've got a lot of movies to
do tomorrow because I'm ill. Yay! I'm doing this even though like I've just been sick the whole day. So
yeah,
if this is me, what I'm like when I'm ill, like just imagine what I am when I'm not ill.
So tomorrow, look forward to possibly not one, not two, but possibly 3 streams of reviews. We'll have a review for At Eternity's Gate, which is the Vincent van Gogh film with Willem Dafoe. I need to get The Wife watched, which is the one that Glenn Close has been nominated for Best Lead Actress.
It's got Governor Swan in it.
And Isle of Dogs. I need to catch up on Isle of Dogs. It's been out for a very long time. I'm not a Wes Anderson fan. I am probably going to hate every minute of it, but it has been nominated for Best Animated Feature, and I want to try and get as many watches as I can. So look out for 3 streams tomorrow.
Also,
I realized
guys, if you just want us to talk a lot about The Crow, because we did that a lot before the stream happened, please let us know, because we will happily just talk a lot about The Crow. We love The Crow here.
We actually have a review. Well, me and George have a review for The Crow on the channel, which was probably one of our first videos that we ever did when we used to do the old version of Film Club. So I don't want to listen to my old stuff because I'll probably sound terrible on it. So but yeah, no, thanks to everyone in the comments, and we'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow on the 3 live streams. And then on top of that, I only need to watch 2 or 3 more Academy Award movies. So we're on track. So until the next video, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.